Hello, good morning. It's Julie Phillips. It is day 10 of my video challenge. I think you all know by now I should have been trekking a base camp, Everest, and instead I'm at home. And what a change. I was talking last night with some colleagues on a webinar about this change, about the effects that this pandemic has had on our working life. Some of my clients that I've been working with have been in the past negotiating what was deemed a perk to work more days, hours at home. Overnight, that's become a reality. I think we all agreed that this is likely to become the norm. Companies realise that it can be achieved working virtually. Certainly the overheads, they're going to be looking at cutting overheads, and that will be significant if people are working from home. And also, I think Stanford University, the research shows that the productivity increases by about 13% between home workers and office workers. So I think this pandemic is going to make a huge change, which will not just be in the short term but the long term. I was reading an article yesterday, which I shared on LinkedIn, which talked about working from home and key tips on managing that effectively. Because again, it's a new way of working for all of us. First issue was setting boundaries. Making sure that working from home, it doesn't blur the line between work and home. Finding a separate place to work. Making sure that you communicate with your loved ones and your friends that you are working. So if the doorbell rings, you don't answer it. If the phone rings for a friend for a chat, you don't take it. You set very clear boundaries of your work hours, and importantly though, also schedule time to spend with your friends and your family in the same way that you do with your work, so that you have a very clear definitive between the two. The other thing, take regular breaks. It's really easy, and I know I'm the world's worst for sitting, and if I'm in the middle of something, I will just keep going. It's really important to take breaks, and I think research again showed they took a large corporate organisation, took the most productive people, and worked that it was 52 minutes is a key time for them to take a break, and the break should be, or they work the break time 17 minutes. That's really exact, and I'm sure that we will all have our differences, but in general, probably every 45 minutes to take a break, just to get up, walk around, have a stretch, check messages that you may have. But yeah, get out and just stretch the legs. Your brain is a muscle. It needs to be rested. So give it that rest. It will make it more productive. Staying connected. I think, gosh, this is the one thing that I think we've all learned is how much we took for granted that connecting with people. But more so, it's now really important to stay connected with our teams. If we're working on our own, like I am, I'm dialing in with colleagues, work colleagues. I'm having virtual coffees, just to keep in touch. To talk about our accomplishments, to talk about what's going on. If your visibility is key, and therefore it's really important to show up. If you're looking for a promotion, for instance, you need to be checking in. You need to be checking in and showing what you're doing. On the other hand, if you're one of the senior leaders, you need to be checking in with your team. I spoke about courageous leadership the other day. It's really important that you have an empathetic style of working, and that you keep connected. So yeah, staying connected is paramount. Sharing those small wins. That was another thing. And I spoke yesterday about journaling. Putting down in your journal, what have you achieved in a day, and also setting those tasks small, bite size, so that you get to the end of the day feeling you've achieved something. That's really important. Setting a schedule, getting up in the morning, getting dressed, getting yourself in a mindset that you're going to work, and not and not stay in your pajamas. It's really important how you feel as to how you portray yourself, and actually just putting on work clothes will make you feel more like working. Map your day, map your day and put projects in your diary. So that you can, again, it comes back to what I said before, setting boundaries. You've got a day mapped, and then when you finish, you finish. I think it mentioned in the article about, and something that I'm not very good at, is stopping in the middle of something. So if it hits 5 o'clock, you walk out, even if you're halfway through a paragraph. I think it was Ernest Hemingway they quoted, and saying that he found that was a really great thing for him, because it would mean the next day he would come back and know exactly where he left off and could pick up again. I'm not sure, that's something I've definitely got to work on. But all interesting stuff, and I hope you're all managing to work well from home. Keep in touch, send me your comments, let me know how you're getting on. I really would love to hear. Have a great day, and catch up with you tomorrow.